Okay. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Must confess that I'm not in the most ideal place for a live stream, but I thought it's important for me to go live now. Hello. So I thought rather than trying to find the most ideal environment, I might as well just go live fierce. So so the slides are hello. The slides are in. Oh, where's my slides? Okay. The slides are in slides plus one. Okay, and you can you can download it. Okay, so give me, yeah. Okay, cool. Louis, good to see you. Everybody, good to see you. Yes, sorry, I've been a bit behind my videos. Wait, I'm trying to get my a bit behind my videos and live stream, but there are a few reasons why. Number one is actually there ain't many happening in the financial market. Number two is I I was really shit busy this week. So yeah, Shirley, good to see you. Leo, good to see you. Okay, okay, good. Okay, yes. Once you come in, I think I'm 95% done, not 100%, but about 95% done. Yep. Okay. My wife is distracting me with something. Yours. Huh? Okay, cool. Yes, great. Okay. Once you have download the slides, let me know. Okay, and I'll ready to start. I want to check. I'm using my earpiece for YouTube. Can you all hear me? The Facebook one should be quite good because it's a good phone. Okay, I'm in actually a food court now. So I'm trying to show you guys. I'm actually in a food court, so it's quite noisy. So I'm trying to use the earpiece to muffle the noise around me. But please pardon me. I cannot find a better environment in this place. Okay. Yeah, I'm in Paris right now. Good. Okay, good. Very good. Okay, very good. Slides can't download now. Can you go to okay? Can you go to YouTube and download the slides? Okay. So nice corner. Yes, I actually picked a nice corner background and things like that. Good. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. Shall we start? Okay. The usual thing, I need you all to give a huge blast of like. Okay. Especially on YouTube, the YouTube algorithm is more sensitive to like. Okay. Yes, I really appreciate it. So this is my 200 and second talk. Okay, actually lost count how many talk. The usual disclaimer that this is a not a, talk to not the talk to give you financial advice, but to give you some entertainment and some education. The title of my slides today is the stock market going to crash again? Okay, and there's a reason why I want to do this talk because there is a lot of uncertainty in the market. I want to put some sense into where everything is going to. Okay, the social media right now are full of doomsday sayer. Okay, doomsayer. Okay, if you go and look at YouTube right now, everybody is talking about this is going to crash, that's going to crash, this is going to crash, that's going to crash. You know, this one is all about crash. I flip one more page. Market is going to crash, market is going to crash. All these are more overseas kind of financial live streamers all talking about market is going to crash. Even Singapore ones are also kind of saying that market is going to crash. This is my good friend and things like that. Okay, so and then this very famous guy called Chicken Genius is also saying the market is going to crash and things like crash. So okay, and indeed the market has some adjustment down. Okay, and the market was rallying, and somehow it went down. Okay, so everybody say now it's a bear market rally. That means it's a bear market, but it rally up, it's gonna die again and things like that. So everybody is saying things like that, no? And sorry, yeah, it's a bear market rally. Everybody is kind of saying bear market rally, uh, and so on. Okay, and uh, some experts are warning of a bear market rally, and this is why market could hit new lows. So that means it's gonna crash lower than what it was before. Okay, that's the kind of sentiment that is rumbling right now. A lot of noise, a lot of noise around this area. I'm so amazed at how accurate these predictors are. Okay, or how accurate these predictors think they are. Okay, a good responsible uh, forecaster, will be say that this is what I think it is. There's some kind of margin of error. I'm pretty confident this is, but there still could be some, that kind of thing. So at least you have give yourself some leeway. But these people are dead sure. A lot of them are dead sure where it's heading. They must have the foresight of God. People know what's happening, right? Well, I cannot predict the stock market with precision, okay? But I think now I can safely say that for the stock market, it's difficult to tell to a large extent. I'll give my position later. I can tell you with certainty right now that the property market is going to crash. Okay, sorry, crash is wrong. It's going to go down, and I say this and I explain to you why. Okay, I'm not saying the property market in Singapore, I'm saying that the property market across the world now is already going down. Okay. I used to think there's only US, UK, but I actually, did some research. The property market right now globally are now going down. Okay, still good to see you. Okay, Hong Kong prices have come down. It slumped to the lowest level since December 2020. South Korea, okay, property prices has slumped. Okay, slumped. Next, UK prices, sorry, German city prices have gone down as well. So fallen down, uh, and Australian house prices has fallen at the fastest rate since the 2008 financial crisis. New Zealand house prices have come down. Okay, this is UK house prices have gone down. US house prices have come down. Okay, so what do you think will happen to Singapore property prices? You think we're that unique to escape whatever is happening around the world? This is an open economy that we're having right now. And there's a lot of people say, Mr. Lu, you know shit about property. Maybe, okay? Yeah, just like you don't know shit about crypto. Maybe. I am an economist, okay? I look at trends. I look at trends around the world. I analyze the economic situation. I think the main reason why property prices are going up is because the interest rates are going up phenomenally. And the first thing that's most sensitive to to the the most price elastic interest elastic asset is tech stocks. Okay, tech stocks. When tech stocks will move up and down according with the interest rates. But the second most sensitive one has to be property. It has to be property because people pay mortgages and all this, right? So therefore, what we are seeing right now with a lot of certainty is happening right now across the world is property prices coming down already. It's coming down. Now, are there mitigating things that will cause the Singapore property prices to go less? Yes, it's possible. It's possible. But but it could be because there's going to be an influx of foreigners coming in, because there's going to be a huge group of people that cannot tahan for BTO, they just go and buy resale flat, blah blah blah, whatever reason may be. But I think across the world, what's happening right now in so many cities will happen to Singapore. That one I can say with a high degree of certainty. Could there be some error? Of course. But talk about chances. I think the chances are high. You agree with me? Agree, say agree, don't agree, so say disagree. Okay? So I think Singapore property prices will soften. Okay? You agree, say agree, disagree, say disagree. I want to see where the mood is. Okay, I want to see what everybody says. Okay? So, all right, cool. Okay? But everybody is not that concern. Yeah, agree. Okay, agree. I haven't seen a person say disagree. Yes, agree. Right, agree. Hi, Wei Xiang. Good to see you. Moderate, crash. Agree, but not so soon. Okay. Yeah. PAP won't allow it to fall, but it has fallen before. What do you mean PAP allow it before? That's a big. That's a huge myth to think that our government will not property before. The government do not like property bubbles. Okay, yes. Let's change gear quickly to look at stock market. What is the single biggest factor that drive property? Sorry, that drive stock market up or down? Okay, what is the single biggest factor? It is still inflation. It is still inflation. What causes the whole property? What causes the whole property market? Sorry, I keep saying property. What causes the whole stock market? Okay, to crash since earlier this year till now has always been inflation, inflation, inflation. Okay, and as a result, this forces the Federal Reserve and many central banks to increase the interest rate and cut down money supply. And that was what they call quantitative tightening and things like that. And that will pull back, okay, all demand. I don't understand what's the concern about quantitative tightening. Quantitative tightening is meant to address the problem of inflation. The side effect is a lower GDP and whatsoever. But look at the whole world's economy right now. It's red hot. The job market is red hot. I'm now in the shopping district of France. 人山人海，惊死人。Yeah, what inflation, what recession. Okay, those in YouTube, please give a like, please. Okay, let me give you the latest prediction from the government. Okay, I spotted this. Thanks to Kelvin. Okay, he was giving a video and I watched this and I saw. I missed the part. Deputy Prime Minister Lawrence Wong actually said that inflation in Singapore is expected to peak in Q4 and stabilize. That's interesting, right? To have our government actually coming out with a inflation predictor. This is I say that you will stabilize. Many economists say it stabilize. A lot of people don't think it will. But to have our Singapore government coming out and say that it will stabilize, it's a big prediction. And of course, Minister Lawrence Wong has an army of very smart civil servant, admin officers helping them to predict and things like that. Of course, I think that's the best guess they can have now. I think inflation, given what we see right now, is gonna peak and stabilize. It may not go down to where it was before at less than 1% or whatever, but I think inflation will stabilize. The single biggest reason for the cause of inflation, if you watch my earlier videos, was quantitative easing. And because no, energy is not the biggest culprit for this inflation. That was a wrong perception. It was quantitative easing. I had that video explaining how it was done. Go watch my earlier video. So therefore, with quantitative tightening right now, the reverse should happen. And because it was hit hard at the early stage, there's a good chance before inflation got entrenched. Already all the raw materials and all these are cutting down. Okay. So therefore, interesting, right? So let's see what DPM says. Okay, DPM Lawrence Wong says that inflation in Singapore, is expected to peak over the next 2 to 4 months and start to ease thereafter. Okay, he added that the extent of this easing toward end of the year, where new inflation rates will stabilize, are big uncertainty. So what he's saying is that yes, I think they will come down, but the chances that there's a huge uncertainty around this thing. So therefore, these are big prediction. Energy, yes, it contributes to this inflation, but the impetus for this entire drive of inflation was really quantitative easing. Okay, so I'm not too concerned if ceteris paribus, okay, where things are the same, we're going to have a fix to this inflation problem. but there are many black swan events that could happen and is in the brewing already. So therefore, I just will highlight two big ones. Number one is China. China damn sway. They already has a lot of policy errors and things like that to my personal judgment on the zero COVID. On top of that, they damn sway. They got this horrendous drought they've never seen for a long time. The whole Yangtze River is drying up. Okay, damn sway. And the Yangtze River and all this drive a lot of energy, a lot of power stations. I think really right now China is running out of electricity. So China is one big event that we are not sure what will happen. Okay, yeah. So I'll explain to you the pros and cons of this kind of thing. Second is that we're now we're now in August, September, October. The weather will start to chill. November, December, it start to turn to winter. Right now, it's still hot and summer, hot and sunny right now. I can show you right now. You can see hot and sunny right now. This in Paris, Paris, hot and sunny. But winter is coming. Now, we're not talking about Game of Thrones. Winter is coming, more monster coming. But there's one big thing that's coming is that gas prices will go up because the gas demand will go up. Heating needs to go up. So therefore, Europe gas prices is break record, okay, on winter crunches. So therefore, electricity go up, gas prices go up, and all this. Russia one of winter pains as gas prices hit new high and things like that. So all these are start to happening, and there's a potential inflation risk right now, and we want to be cognizant of that. So there are two black swan event that possibly happening. Number one is China and this big chaos that happening, zero COVID lockdown. The whole country is in economic turmoil. Real estate property prices are coming down. There's a property bubble bursting. There's people are defaulting on the mortgages, and then sway they kena a drought. Okay, on top of that, heating and all this. So these are huge uncertainty. Black swan event usually talk about those big events. They are very rare, but this one is at the doorstep already. The chances is quite high. Okay, let me just analyze. Okay, a few points I'll just rattle off. Actually, a weak Chinese economy is good for bringing down global inflation. We gotta thank the Chinese government for the zero COVID strategy. As a result, the global demand actually goes down. Thank God there are no Chinese in here right now. If they are here, the whole demand will shoot to the roof. Inflation will be worsened. So that's the good thing about China economic slowdown. On the other hand, there's a supply chain disruption as more and more Chinese power station goes down, not enough electricity, blah blah blah, and it will escalate inflation. So on one hand, China weak economy is good for inflation. Second, China disruption is bad for supply. So one is pro-inflation, one is anti-inflation. So we do not know which effect is stronger. Next is next is a global property market crash is actually good for managing inflation because one of the key indicator of CPI is property prices, rental and all this. So a property market crash is good for global inflation. Okay. Unfortunately, on the other hand, there's winter is coming, there's a demand, there's an increase in demand for energy, and as a result, inflation is going up. So it's all revolving around this word inflation. As you can see right now, there are some factors that drive inflation up, and there are some factors that drive inflation down. Which one will win? I don't know. But I know a lot of YouTubers, a lot of influencers, a lot of analysts speak as if they can tell the the blend the blended effect of all this. In economics, we run prediction models, to calculate the impact of all this if your historical data, blah blah blah. This one I can't tell, man. They're all conflicting each other. Some are pros, some are cons. What is going to happen, in my opinion, is today this new comes up is pro, it goes up. Today, another news come out is bad, it comes down. And go up, come down, go up, come down, go up, come down. Go up. So basically, volatility. That I can say with a high certainty it will happen and it's already happening. Highly volatile. My take is that because the major cause of inflation was quantitative easing, now the reverse is happening, which is quantitative tightening. The general direction of inflation will still come down with a hell of volatility. So therefore, you got to brace for turbulence. Okay. So what will happen in the stock market with a high certainty is huge volatility. Whether it's volatility going up or volatility coming down, that's up for debate. I told you there's a lot of conflicting things, but I can say with a high level of certainty is that the inflation rate over time should come down. And I'm not the only one saying it. DPM said, or DPM Lawrence Wong, whoever think you're smarter than DPM, please raise your hand. Okay, I challenge everybody. Okay, DPM himself said, which is what I'm saying all the while anyway. Okay, so therefore, I think as long as the inflation rate is coming down, should be a recovery, but it'll be a volatile recovery. And this is my prediction for the stock market over the next period. Okay, probably 6 months or so. Okay, cool. Okay, let's take some questions, shall we? Yeah, YouTube. Again, you guys are not very cooperative, not taking a like, or not giving a like. Okay, please smash the like button, please. Okay, okay, please smash the like button. Okay, I'll take some questions right now and I'm gonna go. Okay, okay, thank you, thank you. You don't want the thing? All right, cool. What's the Hong Kong market like? As a Hong Kong property market, Hong Kong stock market. Hong Kong stock market is highly linked to the Chinese market, and there'll be huge turmoil and chaos. Okay, so I think there'll be huge volatility as well. Okay, huge volatility. That volatility is much more in Singapore. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Today there's a Jackson Hole speech that Jerome Powell from the Federal Reserve Chairman is going to give. I don't know what time is it going to come out, but I think with that coming out, we will have a feel of where the stock market is going to go depending on what he says. Okay. When invite Dragon come back, when I go back to Singapore, possibly. Are you still holding a position on travel industry? I'm still holding on to it. I'm thinking of switching to S&P 500 because not not rising as well as I thought it would. Okay, what's the effect of U.S. quantitative easing will have a huge impact? Do you think the effect of U.S. quantitative easing will have a huge impact on stock market? Now is the reverse. It's quantitative tightening. It's already happening. Okay, I don't need to think, it's really happening. I know. Yeah. What's the takes on S-REIT? I am a big disbeliever of REITs. It's very dangerous. Dividend play is very dangerous. In your opinion, when is the next Chalat Black Swan event? I just said there are two events. Okay, very Chalat. Okay, impact on energy and Chinese. Do you think, given the heavy weight of S&P 500 tech, is it wise to have a separate balance into healthcare and infrastructure ETF? You see, if at least on S&P 500, there's 100 years of history to fall back on. You play on all these little sectors is quite dangerous. Like I think that little small bet on travel, not too exciting. Singapore time 10 o'clock. So we're 1 o'clock, 1 hour. What do you think of Tiger Broker and Momo? Will it be affected by Chinese market? My sister asked me that as well, and she has quite a lot. She has quite a lot of involvement in. I think it's Momo or Tiger. I can't remember. I said I can't tell you, but if a lot of money, my personal money, is it? I think it's harmless to go and sell everything and just switch broker, right? Okay, so why would I want to take the risk? Yeah, should buy overseas property market or local property for investment? Property market is something I'm not that good in advising. Okay, overseas property is something I never a big believer in. Hi Cho, thank you for saying hi. Okay, really appreciate it. Okay, In your opinion, would China experience something like the subprime crisis affect the ripple effect? It'll be less because the Chinese world is a war garden by. So I think the impact will be a lot less. There will still some impact, but not that many. It will still be some impact. Okay. Add more when dropped by another 5 to 10%. Yeah, possibly. Do you think dividend investing is better for growth investing? I'm never a big believer of dividend investing. I think it's very, very dangerous. Hi, Mr. Lu. Do you think Fed will do more rate hikes, more than 4%? Based on history, what funds will bring? I think it all depends whether the inflation is under control. I will say for sure that with high certainty that the next Fed will in September they will increase interest rate about 50 basis points, which is 0.5%. And then they are line up. Then after that, 0.25, 0.25. I think that's where their prediction is. I'm still holding on to quite a lot of stocks in Hong Kong. Should I cut loss or not? I can't tell you, man. I think for me, I will rebalance to something else. That's just me. Why is dividend play dangerous? Well, you got to ask yourself, what do you mean by dividend play? The company makes a lot of money and give out all its money to make money and give out all its money away to the shareholders, leaving itself very little money for defense. That's why it's very dangerous, right? They don't put money into R&D, don't put money to R&D, to M&A, to improve their product and service whatsoever. So by giving out a lot of money, the company has very little defense. Okay, so therefore it's very dangerous. Mr. Lu, what's your secret to such smooth skin? How do I answer the question? Okay, I think my wife one is better. Okay, my wife recently, she used to be on Shawasu, and now she started on Lame. So whatever her reject is, I'm now applying. Okay, uh, is it safe to buy Sinopec in Hong Kong for dividends? I'm a big disbeliever of dividends, so don't ask me about dividend anymore. Okay, buy stocks for dividend at your own risk. Yeah, it's very, very dangerous. Yes. Did you buy during a property downturn? Sorry, what was that? Okay, you have got foresight to buy your EM at Toh Guan Road. What were your considerations? Actually, I just buy it without thinking about property price movement. I bought it. Wow, there's someone shifting table right now. I I bought it largely because there is we went to US and figured out that it's good to have upstairs downstairs kind of house. So I bought an EM then. Yes. So asu for Mr. Lu. Yes. Okay. Yes. I think Jerome Powell will be hawkish in the sense that he said that 50 basis point is hawkish. But what he's trying to say is, I'm committed to bring down inflation. 50.5% increase is hawkish. Okay? So I think that's what he will say. Do you think China will face something to similar Japan lost decade, bursting of property market, all this? It's hard to say. I think there's a risk of that. Okay? I think there's a risk of that. Yeah. What happened to Momo account and pass on? I don't know. You better ask Momo. Okay? Yes. Uh, do you think Fed is losing a fight on inflation? US inflation already spread the core inflation. The inflation is coming down. What do you mean Fed is losing the fight? Didn't you watch the last result? It was 9.1, then dropped to 8.6 or 8.2. I can't remember what the number is. It's really coming down. I think they are winning the battle. Okay, that I can say with some certainty. Okay, cool. All right, good. Okay, so I hope that that this will give you my take. Okay, on where the stock market will be. Mr. Lu, will the Singapore currency continue to rise in the mid to near future? I think MAS have already said what will happen, but I think what they say is that this is our monetary policy. We're going to inflate. Inflate is wrong. We're going to appreciate the Sing dollar, but I cannot go up too high. Am I still firing shots? No, I didn't. Okay, prices is now not too high, not too low, so nothing to do with the yeah. Do you think COVID-19 will be over soon? I don't need to think. I think it's over already. Nobody seems to care. I mean, it's still there, but people just live with it. Yeah. Okay. April and May come down, though June shoot up. What, you're talking about inflation? No, I don't think. You're talking Singapore, maybe, but I think we're all looking at the US inflation. Okay. All right, cool. Okay. Yeah, but I think we gotta be a bit patient. We're all forecasting what's gonna happen in inflation prices. But I already said, are you smarter than DPM? Every one of you have this amazing. It's just like picking stock. No matter what Mr. Lu say again and again and again, everybody still like to pick stock. Are you smarter than Mr. Lu? Are you smarter than Warren Buffett, who tell every one of us just buy the S&P 500, and don't try to pick stock? No matter even that, people still like pick stock. Okay, so the same thing. This deputy prime minister and his forecaster saying that in 2 to 4 months, most likely the inflation will peak, and then after that you will come down, right? So in that sense, we got to, they have an army of analysts behind them, very smart people. Let's not try to pretend to be smarter than them, shall we? Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, do we need a recession to bring it down inflation to 2%? I think that's, if I were to give a next talk on recession, it's called a good recession. I was hoping that recession will bring this thing down. Yeah, but I think everybody want this thing called soft landing, so that it's not so strong. Okay, yes, yeah. But the job market is still red hot. This recession, like no recession like that. Although we're in a technical recession, that means GDP negative for 2 quarters for US, but the kind of recession is house sale recession. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. So just to sum up again, where I think the stock market, is heading towards, okay, is a period of volatility, okay, because there are a lot of conflicting signals that are coming out. The people, the analysts and the investors will read all this with a lot of emotions and knee jerking in opposite direction, causing a lot of volatility. But the general direction of the market uh, is going to be an upward trend because the inflation is coming down, not with certainty, not with certainty. So therefore, we will see huge volatility, but most likely it will be on upward trend, but a huge volatility to the point that you will feel that why is some days feel like dying. Okay, every time I fire a shot, I let everybody know. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, every time I fire a shot, I let everybody know. Yeah, so without doubt, you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel to make sure you're followed closely. Okay, cool. I hope this talk will give you my view. I could be wrong, but this is where I see the signals. Okay, great. Okay, with this, have a good weekend. Okay, and I'll talk to you from Israel. Okay, I'm gonna fly to Israel soon. Okay, all right, cool. Okay, all right. See you guys. Okay, before you go, please give a like. I really hope they appreciate it. Give a like. All right, cool. Okay, all right. See you guys. Bye.